Okay, so I went to RCC 2 years right out of high school. I went to go get my associate's degree of arts and science, and during that time I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, what field I wanted to go in. I wasn't really sure, and my dad had kept suggesting that I try nursing. He's like, it'd be a really good field to get into and everything, and at first I didn't want to do it because I didn't think I'd be able to do everything nurses, have to do, but I knew I wanted to go into some kind of field where I'd be able to help people. So eventually I was like, okay, yeah, I'll try it. And now I can't, imagine doing anything else. I absolutely love it. But one wow moment for me was the very first semester of nursing school. We were at Walter Reed Convalescent Center in Gloucester, and had an older lady. She had an ostomy bag, and she was really nice, and I, helped her, changed her ostomy bag and helped take care of her all day. And right before we left, she told me, she looked at me and was like, you're going to be a really great nurse one day. And that just made me feel really good. I know a lot of times for me, I'll get to the point where I think I just can't do it anymore. It's too much, it's not what I'm meant to do. But then when you have a patient, particularly like a hard patient or something, or a nurse, and they tell you you're going to be a great nurse one day, it puts a little spark of hope back in you and keeps pushing you forward. So that was probably one of my big wow moments in my student nurse career. I've only had 2 jobs. My first one was at Dig Seafood in Mattaponi. There I worked in the kitchen and on the register, and that really helped me get used to working with the public, dealing with all kinds of people, get me out of my shell. I worked there for about 4 years, and now I'm a CNA at Riverside Convalescent Center Saluda. I've been there for about 2 years, and that one's really helped me get used to working with patients and residents and their family members, and learning how to communicate with them, and just building relationships with them and getting me more into the nursing setting. My biggest weakness, as everyone knows, is that I'm quiet. I'm not necessarily shy. I just don't talk a whole lot, but I know that's something I need to work on, being more vocal, expressing my feelings and my thoughts. So I am working on that. And one of my strengths is that I'm trustworthy. You can, ask me to do anything or tell me anything, and I'll be, more than happy to do it. And you can be sure that it'll get done. I eventually want to go back to school and get my bachelor's. I'll probably take about a year or so off, maybe not that long. Just need a little break from school, but I don't want to be out for too long so I get out of school mode. But I do want to go back and get my bachelor's, but that's probably as far as I'll go. This oral recording has helped me to just sit down and kind of straighten my thoughts out about what I want to do, where I want to go, what kind of field I want to be in. I'm still not 100% sure, but I know wherever I go, I want it to be kind of, you come in and you know what you're going to do, or know what you're going to do. And I want it to be somewhere where can get to know my patients and build relationships with them. Kind of like a doctor's office setting, but not necessarily a doctor's office. When I did my rotation at the cancer center at Regional, I really enjoyed that because it was kind of like the doctor's office, but and you got to get to know your patients. You knew what you were going to do when you came in, and so I kind of like that. So I'm thinking something along those lines, but I guess we'll just have to see what's available. But that's about it, so thank you for listening.